Hi, I'm Eddie Sunderji and welcome to Your Finance TV. We're joined today by Richard James, the technology analyst at Hardman Co. Richard, welcome to the show.
Hi, Nick D. How's it going?
All good, all good. Very excited to run through some AI revolution talk. I'd love for you to run us through your background and coverage at Hardman Co. Kick things off.
Yes, I cover the technology sector for Hardman, the UK-based independent investment research company. I've worked in financial media and investment research for over 3 decades. I worked in the sponsored research industry since 2007, primarily covering small cap technology companies across the globe.
That's fantastic. Very exciting stuff and quite the sector to be involved in. Richard, you recently published a note on the AI revolution and specifically from a UK stock market perspective. Would you mind running us through some of the positives you see coming from this AI revolution?
Sure. Yeah, it appears that for certain that AI is going to have a huge impact on all of our lives in one way or another. From a personal perspective, it could help us plan diets or holidays, create emails or documents, or for educational purposes, for example, learn a language. Professionally, the most likely scenario is AI will drive substantial gains in productivity, and this will result in accelerating global growth and declining poverty. And as with previous technology cycles, this could make old jobs obsolete, but it could also create even more new roles.
Wow, well, we like the thought of new roles. But with everything, every new emerging technology, there's always another side to the equation. There's also a lot of naysayers highlighting some negatives. What downsides do you see, if any?
Well, there's an alternative view that while AI will create enormous wealth, including potentially a fresh wave of billionaires, it could simultaneously destroy many jobs, and that would lead to significant unemployment and widespread poverty. The idea is that that will result in a record disparity between the rich and the poor, which some may say will require the introduction of universal basic income to support a new underclass. And then there is a doomsday scenario, is that AI could lead to the destruction of humanity. It's been, it's touted around the place, but it sounds very much reminiscent of the fear-mongering around the Y2K issue. That was back in 1999. There was a view that there would be a computer-induced apocalypse at the turn of the century that, of course, turned out to be complete nonsense.
Well, I remember the Y2K concerns very vividly. That came to zero fruition on that side, as you say. But we see the impacts, both positive and negative. Which industries would you see benefiting from the AI revolution? And also, which industries would you see being disrupted?
Well, arguably, it's going to affect all industries in one way or another through productivity improvement, and cost reduction. In terms of disruption, educational publishing and creative industries have been highlighted as areas that at risk from being disrupted. But there are probably opportunities as well as threats in these spaces. So rather than wholesale disruption of industries, it might well be more a case of complacency. Those who rest on their laurels might be disrupted, while those who adapt to the changing environment might thrive.
Wow, so that's actually a lot of positivity built in that whole big picture. So that's good to hear. So finally, Richard, what it all comes down to, how do you see investment strategies structured around companies benefiting, whether directly or indirectly, from AI?
I think there are a number of things here. The new environment creates fresh opportunities for entrepreneurs to apply their technology to various industries. So there could be a few big winners, but many losers in the microcap space. There's also in the US big tech space. These companies cover the entire AI supply chain from infrastructure through to LLMs, right through to the applications at the top. The trouble here is that these stocks are typically very pricey, and and there is Nvidia, of course, which supplies chips to the data centers for large language models that's used in testing or analyzing the data. But the Nvidia trades on over 200 times earnings, so it might well be successful over the next decade or two, but could still underperform given the valuation. I mean, we've seen it many times before. Cisco comes to mind. It was I think the world's biggest company back in 2000, and it's still generated good profits, but hasn't performed that well.
Well, Nvidia certainly has been the darling according to the TV. So, yeah,
and
no,
one of the
Richard.
actually, I'd also mention one of the most interesting ideas is the technology services businesses. These could be big winners as they're involved in implementing the AI projects across the broad economy. So we note that Accenture, the global consulting firm, is investing $3 billion in its data and AI practice to strengthen its AI capabilities over the next 3 years. And we believe other professional services firms are likely to take similar steps.
Well, that's quite the budget line on their spending there. Richard, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on the AI revolution.
That's great. Okay, thanks very much. Thank you.
And I'd love to remind our viewers that there's a link below to the full report that Richard just published. So check that out for sure. And for more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to Your Finance TV to stay on top of things. Until next time, thank you for watching and good luck investing.